Hello everyone, Rebecca Skeele here. This is video number 2 in my series about the big changes we are walking through, and it's called What If? New Beginnings, New Possibilities. And this video, I want to continue to focus on chaos, but I want to move into completion. I'm actually talking about 3 stages of going through a huge change in our life. And the first stage is chaos. But I want to reframe it today, perhaps in a little different way as we move into completion, because chaos has a lot of little mini stages in itself. And once we are kind of in it and have been in the feelings of it and the knee-jerk reactions of it, and maybe whatever. Gosh, I could share some stories from my life about in this particular stage. Once we are in that, something else may start to come forward around it. So I want to talk a little bit about that. And remember, I'm working with what if questions. What if? So the first what if question I'd like to pose for us as we move from chaos to completion, and I'm talking about what that is in a moment, is what if this chaos is really a messenger? And the messenger is from the new that is emerging. So I'm going to pause there with that what if question. What if the chaos is a messenger from the new that is emerging? In my life, in my experience, in working with lots and lots of people over 30 years, when we go into chaos and we are in chaos for a while, we realize there's something else that is coming forward. And that stage has to do with completion. What needs to be let go of? What needs to be said, I'm done with this. This is over. Now, that in itself is sometimes very hard to say, isn't it? And yet that's the first step in letting the universe know that, okay, we're going forward with this. Remember, that was one of my questions from the first video. What might be standing in your way of moving forward? But going forward into completion is really important to verbalize to yourself, if no one else, about what it is that you want to let go of, what no longer serves, what you're very clear about in your life that is all of a sudden like, oh, wow, this needs to go. This needs to go. So letting go, which of course is counterintuitive to holding on tight and fixing it, isn't it? But in my question, my what if question, I said, what if there's a new emerging? Remember, if you're standing on a threshold and you're stepping into something, you could say, well, I'm just stepping into this mess. Yes, but what else are you stepping into? So that's my first question, what if? And what if what is falling apart is really inviting you to pursue new areas, new possibilities, while you can discover the treasures that await you, the gifts that await you. Yes, to me, anytime anything is falling apart and there's a completion, there's something new that's coming forward. There's a new idea, a new invitation, a new frontier, if you will, to step into. And it has gifts, it has blessings, it has treasures in it. Now, if you notice, I'm using this whole approach as a way to use it, to use the chaos, to use the change, as to step onto something new. So it's really an up-leveling of it, isn't it? Okay. And then my last what if question is, and what if what is being shaken is not energetically aligned with you anymore? What if what is being shaken or falling apart is not energetically aligned with you anymore? The new you that is going to be emerging. Yeah. What if? Okay. So those are my 3 what if questions to move into completion. And the completion, of course, has to do with, well, what doesn't serve me anymore? What needs to change? What is over? What do I need to walk away from? And when we go into completion, we don't necessarily have to burn the field. We can simply say, you know, this is done. And then ask for the revelation or the next step to come forward. And it can be simply walking away. It can be simply saying, no, I'm done with that. It can be simply saying, I'm not going in this direction anymore. I'm going to go in this direction. That can be a graceful way to do completion. And what does completion create? Well, one of the big things it creates is receiving energy back from whatever no longer serves. When we let go of what no longer serves, that energy comes back to us. So energy, which can come forward in clarity and inspiration and peace and joy. The other thing that completion creates is space. If we're going to invite the new, if we're going to inhabit the new, if we're going to vision the new, we must have space for it. Otherwise, it's too cluttered. We can't see it. We can't feel it. We can't experience it because there's too much in the way. So space. Okay, that's video number 2 as we kind of move from the chaos into the completion. And again, this is a series that I'm going to be talking about all of this big change we're walking through and the what if new possibilities, new beginnings. See you in the next video. All for now.